trawling through the internet, trying to find someone to take your headshots for you, going through price lists, all the different complications, it can be a bit overwhelming. So I thought I'd make this video just to give you a brief overview of what to expect if you come for a session with me. So first off, and it's a bit of an obvious one, but I think it bears repeating, the whole point of you coming on a session like this is you. It's so that once everything's done and dusted, you have in your possession a set of headshots that show you in the best possible light and that are going to go and open doors for you to the auditions that you really want to be getting. So the way that we achieve that is that when you first arrive, we're going to spend time talking about you. You know, where you are in your career right now, where you want to be in your career, what sort of characters you want to be going for, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. And the whole point of doing this is so that when you're sat down in front of the camera, we're really focused on getting the best possible images for your needs specifically. Because there are a million different ways to take headshots, and 99% of them aren't going to be what you need. So yeah, it's really just about making sure that everything is tailored to you. We then move on to the actual shoot. And to be honest, as long as we did that first part, the shoot itself should be really easy and fun. And both myself and you will be getting the chance to be creative and experimenting with things and just really gunning for those cool images, you know, that show something unique about you and something that other people can't offer. And, you know, typically the actual shoot will last between, say, an hour and an hour and a half, generally speaking. Just a couple of side notes. Regarding sort of changes of clothes, you're more than welcome to bring along a couple of changes if you want. My personal feeling is that we don't really need to be going for a lot of different looks in terms of clothing, because as long as I'm doing my job properly and you're doing your job properly, when a casting director eventually gets to see these pictures, they won't be looking at the clothes you're wearing, you know. They'll be looking at your face and what is being expressed in the photograph. Similarly with makeup, I think it's really important in headshot photography to go for a very naturalistic makeup, because what the casting director wants to be looking at is an honest representation of what this person is, both physically and also in terms of performance. So once we're done with the shots, both you and I are going to then sit down in front of the computer and we'll go through every single image that we took. That's generally speaking between about 300 to 500 images. That's a lot of images, but the point of going through it together is that we're both on the same page and we're both gunning for the same thing by this point, which is showing you in the best possible light. And I think it's really important to go through that process together. And the point of that process is to whittle all of those images down to 20 to 40 just perfect images, you know, like the cream of the crop. Every single image is saying something really great about you as a performer. Then what happens is you get to leave and go home and relax. And I will then upload the proofs of those images that we came up with at the end. I'll upload those to a website and send you the link for it. And now, if you want to just straight away go in, pick the photographs that you want me to work on and send them to me, cool. But generally, I would actually recommend that you take a couple of days just to take a step back from everything, then come back to the photos with fresh eyes. Because I think it's really important. You can get caught up in the moment of things sometimes, and it's really useful just to have that distance, to have the objectivity to kind of look at those photographs again. So then you look at the photographs again, you pick out the ones that you want me to work on, send me the file names for them, and then I go about reworking them. Much like with the makeup, I really believe in highly subtle retouching on Photoshop. So I'm not going to be removing scars, I'm not going to be removing birthmarks, because personally, I think these things are some of the things that make you as a person unique and set you apart from the rest. The retouching that I do primarily focuses on things that wouldn't necessarily always be on your face, so like spots or like little patches of redness and dry skin and stuff like that. Just nothing really kind of intrusive into your look. And then after I've done that, that's that. I send them over to you, and you'll have in your possession some really great headshots.